Good morning, humans. I am back. My energy is different when I'm in Todd Studios. The antics. Oh, God, the antics. I call on the gods of antics, like the mighty Thor call on Amdel when he needs the Bifrost opened. I need y'all to follow me first thing this morning. Hello, Shaun says, League. What's going on to you, sir? Um, Appreciate those thumbs up, man. Listen, if you're new to the channel, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Um, Hit that notification bell. Share my videos. Good morning, Robert. Robert Jones says, Chris, morning to you, brother. People, I realized something. In the last week, I realized that there's a disconnect with intellect and the day-to-day. There's a disconnect. And that disconnect is the reason why people with extremely high intellect are, back in the day, was looked at as like a godlike figure. This is why we quote Albert Einstein. We quote a lot of his stuff. Because when he was living, his thinking was so beyond life. This is why I tell individuals I have a universal view, but I need y'all to follow me. I found out today, this morning, as I was in the back lifting weights, I found out this morning that people with extremely high intellect were futurists. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I never heard of the word futurist. I probably heard it, but it probably didn't have as much meaning as to how I'm going to break a futurist down today. So good morning. You guys. I'm streaming on multiple platforms this morning. I keep it tight because it's only right. And nothing explains this concept more than I look back on my life. Nothing explains this concept more to me than my very own history. Now I need y'all to follow me. Now I want to be clear. What I just said is people with extremely high intellects are futurists. All right? We're futurists. We don't do things based on history. We trendsetters. We do things based on what could be with all the pieces that exist. Put it together. This is what is going to, this is the possibilities. All right? People, when I was in the military, I got promoted 3 times in 1 year. Nobody had ever did that in Bravo Company 15th Forward Support Battalion but me. Nobody. I was the first one that did it back in 1989. The first one to get promoted 3 times in 1 year. I got promoted in May, 3 months later in September, then 3 months later in December. Me, you're talking to him. The reason why I was promoted so quickly is because my thought process, they were trying to hurry up and get me promoted to a non-commissioned officer. They said, with your genius and your intellect, my sergeant, that is, said, I need you to be by my side. I need you to be an NCO, a non-commissioned officer. So they said, we're going to rush him through the ranks. So the possibilities of us using the genius of this private, he can be right on sitting at the table with the individuals that make decisions. Now I need y'all to follow me. Because today, I'm going to explain to you one of the geniuses, one of the historical geniuses of our time, of time, not hours. 1902. Albert Einstein, and his perspective of for every action there is an equal but opposite reaction. Now, I want to tell you something. 70% of the time when a person with my intellect speak, we're speaking from the perspective of intellect. We looked at what you're going through, we added up all these things and say, you know what, you'll be better off if you do it this way. Just don't do that, but do that, do that, do that. And it worked in every other arena except when I'm in relationships. So I'm going to help you guys understand. Number one, I found out this morning as I was lifting weights, listening to theories and things that I do to brushing up on my smart. This is why when I look at things, I'm more fond of ancient aliens. I'm more smart. I'm more fond of shows outside of the first 48. Normally, the things that I watch, I look at things from a learning perspective. People, I've never read a love novel, and I never will. All of my books that I own are teaching. The 45 or 50 or probably 60 or so books that I don't know the number. But if I can pick up each one of the books that I own and say, this book is teaching me something. I don't look at. I used to watch Love and Hip Hop. I loved Housewives of Atlanta. I loved it because I love Candy Burrows. I love the fact that she's a genius. But I just feel as though she's connecting her brand with the trash of reality TV. I need y'all to follow me. So I'm going to explain to you Albert Einstein's laws of relativity. For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. People, if you take a rubber band and stretch it, it gives. But it's rubber, right? Hence the term a rubber band, right? But what if I told you that a rubber band was designed to react differently when it's stretched? Right? People, you can't take that same rubber that they make rubber bands with and make a tire with it. That rubber that makes a rubber band reacts differently. It would react differently, excuse me, if you took that same rubber and made a tire with it. I assure you, if you took that same rubber and made a tire for rubber band, you wouldn't get nowhere. It reacts differently. Remember, y'all, Einstein's laws of relativity. For every action, there's an equal but opposite. Equal but opposite reaction. Now, when I have asked people, did they know this quote by Albert? I have asked people of color, do they understand this quote by Albert Einstein? And to date, not one person knew it. Not one. I appreciate that. You have a gift from God. I believe you more. I believe us more. I appreciate that, Robert. Robert says, wow, good stuff, Chris. I see that I got Fox. He left a comment too. I'm going to read your comments in a second, but I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for that, Robert. I appreciate that compliment. So, Albert Einstein, when I asked people of color, do they understand this perspective? Not one in my 52 years of living has ever understood this perspective. Not one. Now, I'm not asking because you're dumb, because you lived your life and you absorbed and you took in what you deemed would work for your life. People idiotic and stupid and stress and all that don't work in my life. So, if you allow yourself to understand Albert Einstein's laws of relativity, I promise you, you would change your whole life. So allow me to continue. People, my intellect is extremely smart. I have an extremely smart intellect. Because my intellect is so high, to understand the shit that niggas do, I would have to come way the hell down off my intellect. People, my intellect doesn't allow me to do that. If you take the same rubber that they make rubber bands with and make a tire with, the car won't go nowhere because the rubber that's designed to stretch and make balloon, tie balloon ends with it and put the little twist in your hair and you want to use the little rubber band, that rubber can easily be maneuvered and it because when you need it to do that, it's a different texture of rubber, it will give. When you want it to do something on a higher level, like get traction in a car, it can't do that. It can't do that. People, I have an extremely high intellect. When it comes to understanding what niggas do, when it comes to understand what individuals want to be philosophies, when individuals marry a chick with 5 kids by 5 different dudes, and what led up to that marriage is, I don't need you and my kids will be all right. I don't understand that. My intellect doesn't allow me to go that low to understand that. My intellect will stay somewhere in the realm of smart as hell. I ain't going below that. My intellect will not allow me to go into dumb. It won't allow me to do that. I need y'all to follow me. I need y'all to follow me. People, in 1999, in 1996 and in 1997, I purchased 3 houses because I stopped to be and fight to be a father because a woman said, you know what? I am going to play on your morals and get you. People, for 11 and a half years, I was all in. By doing that, my hustle, my life took a back seat, and I fell from a perspective that I can see coming now. I will never allow myself to engage where I have to apply so much, please act smart. I will never do that again. Okay. Once again, I brought 3 houses in 1996 and 1997. I purchased 3 homes. I went 22 years and didn't purchase none because my mentals fell off and I went into I put my logical smart in an abyss and I won't allow that to happen again. I got there because I fought a woman, and this is how a woman took me, which showed me that with extremely high intellect, in order to deal with the Tia LaShawn Bradley, I'm gonna be specific. In order to deal with the Tia LaShawn Bradley and her daughter, which is now her product, I have to take my intellect somewhere in the thinking of a dumb individual. I just said about a couple of minutes ago, I can't do that. When I bought my first house, I explained to the realtor what my plan was. As a smart intellectual then, that realtor said, you know, I've been doing real estate for 23 years or 27 years or something like that. And he said, I've never heard a plan like that before. That's a good plan. And then within 9 or 10 months or so, I purchased 2 more houses. You've seen an example of this, or I told you about this example when I purchased the house that I own today. I purchased that house, and when I purchased that home, I put down $37. I came out of my pocket a grand total of $537. That was it. I put the 500 down for the good faith to show them that I'm interested in a house, and then I brought $37 to the closing table. Once again, when I was doing this, normal people, Chris, you can't do that. Chris, you're going to need this. Chris, you're going to need that. Chris, I don't know. Oh, here go Chris again. Chris think he's smart. Oh, Chris, let me do my dance. Oh. Then when it was done, it was like, yo, I'm going to buy a house like that. I need y'all to follow me. People, I have never met anybody that can throw out a plan smarter than me. Never. If I meet, see, let me tell you something. When when the president, not this current one, but when any president gets into office, do you think they know about foreign affairs? No, they don't. Do you think they know about economics? No, they don't. Other than President Trump, excuse me, no president as of late knew about money more than him. So what they do is they get what they're called. Let's see what those things are called. Oh yeah, they grab a couple of people, and those people are called their advisors. People, I assure you, every person that knows me, I'm the best advisor you know. You don't know an advisor smarter than me. You don't. And let me be clear about something. My only claim to fame is that I'm smarter than anybody you know. I will claim that. Now, here's this. Now, see, that's your problem. Now you think you're smarter than anybody. So let me give you the downside to that. The average 15-year-old get more pussy than me. I said that. You don't want to say that, right? I don't have no rap, don't have no game. I don't do none of that. All the jiggy niggas to get all the pussy, that's why they get it, because they some jiggy motherfuckers. I'm not a jiggy motherfucker. I'm just smart. That's my only claim to fame. And nobody does it better than me. I'm getting off topic. Now, what I just said, and I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it, you don't know nobody that can advise a plan smarter than me. And prior to that, me saying, or right after that, I gave the example of the president has advisors. All right? I said that, right? Okay. People, if you tell me what your situation is, and then I say, well, you know what? You will make more money if you did it this way. You can do things better if you did it that way. This, that. And when I get, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to do it like that, but I just want to do it this way first. You're not listening to me. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. People, I was paying my mom's bills for about 3.5 years. And when Sling TV came out, I said, Ma, you know, we could do, we could, we could cut down on the kick. I said we, even though it was just me. I said, Mom, we can cut down on your cable expenses if you just get Sling TV, the 150 something bucks that you're paying. We can take that down to like 80 something, possibly $90. My mom said, nope, I don't want to do that. I like it better this way. I think I advised a good plan. I do think I did. But my mom didn't want to take my advice. If you took what I just said to any economics major, they'll say, this is the best plan hands down. Why would anybody not do this? Well, a person wouldn't do it if they ain't paying for it. Ah! Got another one for you. Atia LaShawn Bradley. You hear me talk about this woman all the time. Atia LaShawn Bradley said, you know what? You know what? I was just working out, so I'm sweating. I keep this on because I'm a little chilly. Nonetheless, Atia LaShawn Bradley said, my child's father is paying $410 a month for private school, picking a child up every day, eliminating me after school care, feeding the child every day, and doing homework with the child every day. But Atia LaShawn Bradley went with her advisors, all women of color, and her advisor said, get that nigga. You know how us black women do men. Now, when I say this, individuals get mad. But Atia Bradley consulted with her advisors, and for that, a person with an Einstein thinking process, my way that helped her daughter in more harmony in her life, less stress in her life, got blown off the water. I ain't gonna say back burner. Got blown out of the mix, and Atia LaShawn Bradley didn't want to adhere to that. But I just said what I just said. I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. Let me say it again. Normally, when I advise a plan, if I tell you what's a good idea to do it this way, if you take it to someone else, they'll say, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? Here's a guarantee. I guarantee if anybody ever asks me a question, you will never find a plan better than mine, ever. It doesn't exist. People, let me tell you once again, I just heard this morning, people with high intellect are futurists. We think about the future to put ourselves. Why do you think I told y'all? I told my mom looked at me crazy when I was 8 years old, and I said, "Ma, I got to start saving up my money for when I get old." My mom looked at me like I was crazy and said, "Son, you got a whole life to live." Now I'm old by time standards. Why am I in the situation that I'm in? Why am I? Even if I decide to shut down my businesses, I'm in the best situation I could possibly be in. I get a certain amount of money every month. I get royalties. I get um, royalty checks. I get residuals. I get a whole bunch of stuff. And guess what? I was smart enough to keep my living expenses lower than that. And this is where I'm at today. But I meet individuals, Einstein laws of relativity, for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. So let's get into that. People, I met a woman yesterday, and I had the pleasure of talking to this woman for about 35 minutes. And this woman said we was talking about vehicles, and I'm the type of person when I'm driving. Let me tell you something my ex-wife said. I'm gonna go left for a second. My ex-wife said to me, "The average man ride down the street and look at other women. You ride down the street and look at cars. You're the strangest man I've ever met." Okay, just want to insert that. No, that's enough. So when I was riding with this individual, I seen a QX50, the Infinity truck, the first generation Infinity trucks. And I like those. I really want to get one, but they don't come in diesel. And I'm going to tell you why I like those. Not only do they look good, they have the highest tow capacity of any gasoline engine, 9,000 pounds. So if I get a trailer, a mobile home, I can tow it. So I pulled up and I said, "Wow, I like those." And the woman in the back seat said, "I had one of those." And here's what the woman in the back seat said. She said, "I had one of those. I brought it for my child's father. I brought it for him when he got out of prison. And he crashed it." And this is what she said. And he crashed it, and he ain't had no driver's license, and blah, 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 blah. This woman was a nurse. She was a nurse. But I met her under conditions driving for Lyft. How is it that this person was 53 years old and in the back seat and sitting in my back seat being a nurse? How did a woman invest in going to school, invest in going before a board, invest in all this stuff, putting herself in a position to have a great life? Why did I go pick her up in an apartment complex that was way below average? And why was she in the back seat of my car? Why? You know why? Because this individual invested in a nigga that got out of prison and said he wrecked his car, and then she gave me the perspective of we real good friends. I just tried to help him out, and I'm listening to her, and I did not go into Chris mode. I went into listening mode. And even though individuals may not believe it, I'm good like that. I listened, and I just was like, now if I was to go into Chris mode, she'd probably be mad at me and say, "Pull this car over and get me the F up out of this car." This is what she said. And I was just like, wow. People, if you take that perspective, how is it that you're so smart to get a degree, a college degree, and do all this stuff? Good morning, David. I see you, my man. But you're not smart enough to say, "Why don't I invest in a man of my same caliber?" Because Einstein laws of relativity says for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction, right? That's what Albert Einstein said. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Please, don't get mad at me. So let me explain to you the equal but opposite reaction from that woman investing in a booty out garbage nigga that just got out of jail. Equal but opposite. You invest good, but opposite is bad, right? Ain't that the meaning of opposite? Ain't that the meaning of opposite? I know individuals sitting down there saying, "I don't," but I can't equate equal but opposite reaction. You can't equate it. Here's the wind up, now the pitch. Equal but opposite reaction. Equal but opposite reaction. I crack myself up. I buy a home. I get approached by a big bootian. I'm a man with morals. I'm a man that say what I mean. I mean what the fuck I say. I'm all these things. But I'm going to be dumb enough to think and allow this individual in my cipher because her booty is big. Because I want to hit that big old booty. Yes, she look good, look professional, very, and I mean extremely sophisticated. But dealing with multiple men. So I'm going to abort my intellect out of the convenience of saying, at least she got a big old booty. At least when I want to get that nut, she's only across the street. So I'm going to say, I'm going to abort all that. I'm going to add all those stupid perspectives in there. And then we're going to get together. And then I got to deal with on Tuesdays and Thursdays, her other dick is coming. Now, all the things that I want to give her, I got to pause my love and everything that I want to give her because her dick. Equal but opposite reaction, people. Mr. Einstein said this. This is the laws of relativity. So instead of getting love, I'm getting the opposite of love. I'm getting game plan. I'm getting game plan. I'm getting dirtball love. Oh, who the hell want dirtball love? You dirtball whore. Ah, boy, I cracked myself up. You getting dirtball love. People, I don't want dirtball love. But individuals, unlike me, like I told y'all earlier, I found out this morning that people with high intellect are futurists. I was like, wow, that is so true. You see, and if I can sidebar for a second, for those that was around, remember in 2015 and 2016, all them individuals was coming at me, yo, this nigga using his government name, Chris Smith. My name is the Furat Allah the God. My name is get a nigga buck twice, nigga. All these individuals was coming at the boy, was coming at the kid. And then my intellectual friend James Lewis said, yo, man, just keep creating. That's what you good at. I know you. Bro, I've known you all my life. Chris, I don't know nobody smarter than you. You a genius. Bruh, don't get into that. Just keep creating. Look at me today. In 2015, I was in the studio over on High Street in Portsmouth. I got a better setup now, don't I? Wouldn't you agree? And let's be clear about something. Let's be clear about something. I signed the lease for this building to 2024, and I'm part of anything short of me leaving this place for a better place. I will break the lease to this place in a minute. I do, Robert. I do. Robert, you probably wasn't here when I first started, but I said I learned something this week, and I got to start introducing the world to my intellect. Part of that is the stock market. I do. I'm going to get to that, though, Robert. I appreciate that. So I studied the ship on me. Where are those individuals at today? Them individuals is doing videos in their front room, in a closet, in their car. Look at me today. Ain't nothing changed. The reason why those individuals thought that Allah the God was better than me, because they didn't look in the future. There was no future look. Just wanted to inject that. Back to what I was saying. Now, you got individuals that don't want to understand Albert Einstein's laws of relativity. And the reason why they don't understand Albert Einstein's laws of relativity is because it takes discipline. Because with every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. Only a dummy, yep, I'm sorry, Only a dummy would think that if I do this, this, and this to some garbage, that garbage will turn into a prince. I'm going to apologize. That ain't how I think. That's not how I think. That's not how I think. I am to the understanding and to the perspective of all times that if I employ this, I should get that, which is going to allow me to segue into my next statement, what I'm going to say. I'm talking about Albert Einstein's laws of relativity. People, I lift weights. I do. I brought me some more weights Wednesday. I didn't use them Thursday. I didn't use them Friday. I got in here today and I used them. I feel great. I lift weights. My gonna be nice. I'm gonna be 60 years old on here talking about some, yo, I'm ready to a nigga up. I'm saying that to say when I look in the mirror, I expect to reflect what is the image that I see. If you stop and analyze and put into actions all that you do and look in the mirror, will the same image reflect you back? If you take every situation that you're involved in, with the image that you putting in reflect you back. So let me give you an examples of what I'm talking about, because I'm talking about the laws of relativity. I'm talking about Albert Einstein this morning. People, I loved my family, all of them. My brothers, my siblings, my mom, my child. I've never got the love that I'm supposed to have gotten back. Never. Now, I want to be clear about something. And I mean crystal clear. I tell individuals all the time, what's going on, Dwan? I tell individuals all the time, I will only accept love. My love is based on a 24-hour cycle. Please do not think because you did this to me yesterday, you can disrespect me today. People, my intellect is this high. I'm not allowed to think that low. So let me say that again. A rubber band, you cannot take a rubber band and use the same tire on a rubber band as a car. That rubber band will be stretched beyond its capabilities of traction and won't be good for tire use. It's the same as the fact that I am an extreme intellect. I am not allowed to go so low into thinking so dumb. I am not allowed to go that low. An example of this is when my mom in 2019 was talking to me the way she was. Like RoboCop, he wasn't allowed to arrest an officer of Globodyne, whatever that company was. Globodyne is Terminator, but whatever. I am not allowed to talk to my mom like a POS. I can't talk to my mom no more because the next stage is that. So I cannot think and go that low. Individuals can do that. I can't. So now, here's what you'll get. I'm talking to you guys now. Then I'm going to talk to you women. Here's what you'll get. You'll get, and you'll deal with a woman that had a lot of training and no good niggas. And then they'll meet you, and their only training is that of no good niggas. Do you ever notice when you come to my station, do you ever notice when I talk, you ever notice that I always seem to take it back to the battle of men and women? You ever notice that? Hold on. What I'm looking at on the wall here is five different banners. Do you know that when you go to Uber Lyft Driving Man, I don't talk about this over there? Huh? WCAR, Automotive Talk Radio. When you go to my car channel, I don't talk about this over there. Ugh. You ever notice that? You ever notice how I bring the same thing back to this? Because this is where this shit lives. Now I need y'all to follow me. Because Albert Einstein said, for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction. People, if you talk to an electrician, he'll always seem to take things back to ohms and electric current. You know why? Because that's what he's good at. Fellas, when you deal with women that only dealt with no good men, or you dealt with women that never dealt with a man, you'll notice their training and mental concept and their mental understanding is only that of have dealt with a no good man. I need y'all to follow me real close right now. The one thing that I've noticed in my 52 years of women is they think they're chemists. They'll meet a no good nigga, and this is why all of them dealt with him, because they think they can change him. And then when they can't change him, now that no good nigga is a no good nigga. When in fact the individual is a no good nigga from day one. But they said, because when you talk to a woman and you say, I'm not gonna do this, 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 and this, and this, something happens along the way. When you say you love them so many times, when they give you some nookie, they expect those things to ease up. They expect change. But Einstein's laws of relativity says for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. So individuals are under the impression that they can imply stupid, I'm sorry, let me back that up. Individuals are under the impression that they can apply good, great, womanly things to a no good man and be like, well, why ain't this individual changing? People, I have never seen somebody screw a screw out of the wall with a hammer. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. I've never seen a person say, I'm going to screw this screw with a hammer. And I never heard nobody say, I need to screw this in the wall. Hand me a hammer. But for some reason, women think that they can meet a no good man and apply womanly stuff to no good. And that one incident where someone has changed, they would say, well, it happened with that person. And then they apply these dumb antics and these dumb things to that one perspective, not adding in the other variables. Speaking of other variables, let me say this. I have helped thousands of men in my life. And the one variable that I can't understand with you dumb niggas is you'll say, why is my child support $800 for one child and my man got 3 kids and his child support only $278? Well, check this out here, dummy. The reason why your child support is $800 for one kid and your boy paid $279 and he got 3 kids because your boy married a teacher. Your boy's planted his dick inside of a teacher, or your boy planted his dick. I cracked myself up. Your boy planted his dick inside of a woman. And so when it comes to 100% of the accountability, of the financial accountability, I know you never heard these terms before, the 100% accountability for that child, the woman is paying some of it, and he's paying some of it. So together they're working. Okay? For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. If you put your seeds in a deadbeat, you're going to pay deadbeat fees. Okay? All right, check this out. But you didn't do that. You said, I'd rather with that chick with that big old booty. And she ain't got no job. She ain't got nothing going on for herself. And that's good. Because if she has something going on for herself, that means she'll be out and about. And we'll meet other niggas. And I don't want her to meet other niggas. I just want that big old booty all to myself. So what you did was, because the Einstein laws of relativity says for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. Okay. So what you did, what's going on, Scarlett? So what you did was you put your dick inside that chick that ain't got nothing going on for herself. And then when y'all break up, the reaction is different. Now you're saying to yourself, hold up. And then you calling me up. And then you're under the impression that the mathematics is wrong. No. The mathematics is right. No, that's about right. How much you pay? $800 a month. For one kid, yeah, that's about right. And then you're like, but no, my boy, I appreciate that. Yoga says, great lesson. My man, appreciate that. No, it can't be right, Chris. I don't need that Einstein laws of relativity. I don't need that. Boy, you kicking those mathematics. I need you to be dumb as me right now. Can't do that, partner. Because like I told y'all earlier, I have an extremely high intellect. My dumbness don't go. I don't. When I gotta go down to thinking about dumb, I'm here. Oh God. Oh damn. What's going on with me? Oh God. Oh God. And I'm not gonna allow myself to do that. But I need y'all to follow me. So when I deal with individuals, people, let's study the course of love, and we'll progress. When anything else is added to that, when a different agenda, when different expectations is added other than that, it's not going to be good results. The results that I will yield will always be the smartest. I will never have to apologize for my actions. No, that's not cocky. No, that's not being inconsiderate. No, I will never. My actions are appropriate for the situation. And you want an example of this? Okay. People, when I was a little children, we used to live in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And remember I told y'all about the time when I seen my dad beast up and go knock on somebody's door and say, give me my son's bike back. I've seen my dad do that. That same family had a Cadillac like my dad's. And I remember one day we rode past and my dad said, look at that, look at that. The Cadillac had all the windows busted out. And my dad said, the damn woman, the wife must have got mad. And then I said, because I didn't ask my dad anything ever. I asked my mom. I said, Mom. I was sitting in the back seat. I looked at the car. I said, Mom. And I was 6 years old. I said, Mom. My mom said, yes. I said, but, what my dad said, I asked my mom because I was a mama's boy. I said, but Ma, they mad at each other. Excuse me. They mad at each other, right? My mom said, yup. I said, but Ma, when they ain't mad at each other no more, the windows are still going to be busted. And I remember my mom sitting in the passenger seat in the car, and my mom turned around and looked at me. She was like, you see, let me go left for a second. You know one thing my mom will never ever say? My mom would never ever say, my son was smart when he was young, but boy, when he got old, I don't know what the hell happened to him. My mom gonna say, my youngest son, Chris, he was smart when he was a kid. He was smarter as a teen. He was smarter in his 20s, smarter than that in his 30s, smarter than that in his 40s, and it goes on. I'm sorry. I don't have lapses of dumb in my life when I did something stupid. Now I gotta try to find a way to make that seem relevant. If you did something dumb in your life, own it, and then teach people behind you not to be that way. All right? It's called the laws of relativity, y'all. That's what it's called. So I just talked to you about women thinking that they can change a man, women thinking they can turn a booty out nigga into a husband. Give me a second. Oh God. The woman that I drove yesterday was a nurse, but sitting in the back of my car because I didn't ask, and I didn't ask. I did not ask, but I didn't ask. So is your license suspended? But what she did say was, I'm continuing to pay for the car because whatever she said, and I just was like, I get it. But that woman was sitting in the back of my car because she gave greatness to no good. If you took that perspective, because like I said earlier, the president has advisors, and advisors always have them doing the smartest thing possible. And what I also said is when I tell you a plan, run it to any economics major. Run it to somebody that ain't your damn friend and say, you know what? This dude said that under these conditions in which I'm doing things now, if I do it this way, that'd be better. I guarantee you, they'll say, yo, is this guy Mathematics major or something? No. He's an accountant? No. He's just an ugly guy on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, find out where that guy went to school at, because he's right. That's what they'll say. Guarantee it. I'll even put my money on it. I'll put my money on it. That's what they'll say. Find out where that guy went to school at. That's you can't get no smarter than that. That's what I often said. I don't say stupid stuff. I don't. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested in responding, over responding to a situation where now I got to explain when it's over. This is why I asked my mom, but mom, when they make up the windows on a car, it's still going to be busted. You see, I keep my response to things within the guidelines of what just happened. I told y'all that for years. I don't overreact to nothing. It is an assumption of my overreaction based on, I don't know, past experiences or what. I'm a man. Men respond the way men do. Bitches and individuals that need do respond differently. So appreciate you for being here. Guys could be anywhere else in the world. Appreciate those thumbs up. Stop. Come with me. Stop being up with me here. And Brady's, oh, I ain't conscious it. Oh, I'm unconscious it. All right. So, going to talk about men for a second. Because I talk about men and women all the time, but women don't ever hear when I talk about men. It's like, all you just do is that. You just that. You just. Oh dear my. Talk about you men for a second. I think we'll all agree that getting that nut is a good feeling. Yeah. Everybody want to get that nut, right? Yeah, of course you guys want to get that nut. Ain't nothing like getting that nut. I tell you, boy. Ain't nothing like it, boy. Ain't nothing like getting that nut. Yeah, come on, stop it. Ain't nothing like getting that nut. Ain't nothing like your muscles clamping up and you just letting it go, boy. Ain't nothing like it, boy. I know. I know. Ain't nothing like it. So let's talk about Einstein's laws of relativity, because for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction, right? So let's talk about getting that nut, because you want to get that nut. Yeah, you do. Ain't nothing like getting that nut. Yeah. I know. Ain't nothing like a nut. I don't care. I'm just gonna get that nut. Yeah, I like to shoot a nut on her face. I know. You want to give that lady a creamy beard. I know. Let's talk about that for a second. I spoke about this before, so I'm going to grab a lot of content from that video that I did before. A lot of you men, you will ignore all the consequences on this planet Earth to get a nut. So let me explain to you my perspective of getting a nut. Then I'm going to talk about yours. I had an individual, the across the street thing, it, I know. But I could have set things up to where as though I can get me a nut, because that's what it's all about, right? No. People like myself with high intellect, we think at minimum 20 steps ahead. That's what I mean when I found out this morning when they said people with high intellect are futurists. And when they said that, I said, oh, snap, I'm a futurist. I think at minimum, 20 steps ahead. At minimum. So when I had the opportunity to have a big old booty close range, it seemed like a grand idea. Not good, not great, but a grand idea. But then I went up, and the more further I got into the steps of getting some booty, of getting a nut, I then thought about a lot of consequences of dealing with somebody that got high dick traffic. I thought about the consequences of dealing with a woman that got the grandest gift from God, beauty, but want to tell the world this is what women do. Oh, I'm so beautiful and I'm so all these things, and I'm going to tell the world that I can't find a man because men are this. No. And then you look at the Rolodex of niggas that they dealt with, and they were just that niggas. But I need y'all to follow me. Me personally, I thought about the various rules that come with dealing with a woman that deal with multiple dicks. Because they're not going to see nothing wrong with dealing with multiple dicks. But as a man with very high intellect, it is my job to see to it that I put Christopher Troy Smith in the best situation possible. So allow me. I deal with this individual. This individual decides she get mad at nigga number 4. Okay? Nigga number 4 knows various booty out niggas, etc., etc. What these individuals don't know is that niggas, they claim they pussy. And I help them claim they pussy by staying out of their way. It ain't about nothing else other than because I'm going to put a nigga on his back. I got no problem with that. When it come to those skills, I got them good. Okay? Especially a fat belly pudge nigga. You ain't got nothing for me. I don't know what you're thinking. But I'm going to respect the fat belly pudge nigga and say, that's your pussy. That pussy belongs to you. And I'm going to stay out of that way. Because what that individual thinks that, oh, I'm in control of all these dicks and you can come and get on. You can, I mean, you can get this pussy on Wednesdays and Sundays, Sunday afternoon, because sometimes my married nigga, his wife goes out of town with her girlfriends on Saturday night, and then they want to spend the night. And I got to keep my pad open for these niggas. And then you say to yourself, I just want that nut, because I did say that earlier, right? I just want that nut. And nothing is better in the world than getting a nut. At least that's what you think. For me, it's peace of mind, and there's nothing close. So I decide I'm going to take this individual up on her offer of me with a high intellect in a fucked up situation like that. It doesn't match. It never will. So I'm going to just on Wednesdays, I'm in that booty. I'm like, yeehaw, I can't wait till next week. Yeehaw! I can't wait till next week so I can get my booty. That's where we at? Okay. But then one day what happens is, like estrogen does, estrogen is high on an attention. And estrogen wakes up one day and say, well, I looked at a love novel. I looked at some love show. And now I don't want to play this game no more. And now I think that every man that I'm fucking with should make me an offer on being a wife. The guy that's married to the wifey, he gotta leave her alone and get with me or blah 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 blah. And she don't just say that. She don't be woman enough to do it. This childish perspective of offering yourself to multiple men anyway normally results in a childish perspective on the way they think. And it's, well, either you do this or the dude across the street is going to beat you out of your Tuesdays and Fridays pussy day. And then I'm thinking that I'm just gonna get something on Wednesday because I'm all up in that booty. I'm getting that booty. I'm getting my nut. Because Wednesdays is my nut day. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I need help. And then all of a sudden, the agenda is to the point where I'm involved in a love war. You call it a love triangle. I'm involved in a love war. She's feeding the guy that, this and that, and then I'm being used for things for him, and then nigga that gets the pussy on Tuesdays and Saturday, I'm now being involved and I'm being looped into this game, and I don't know it. But I find out real quick when I pull up to my house and my car get riddled with bullets. But there's a problem with that perspective. You can have the biggest booty in the world, but the unfortunate is one of my heroes is Albert Einstein. I mean, after all, I got one of his books. Einstein's laws of relativity says for every action there's an equal but opposite. I'm getting me a nut off, but actually I'm getting the opposite of a nut. I'm getting bullets. So I'm smart enough to know my intellect is here. I will not think down here. Now that's just me, but we're talking about you right now. You're in a position where you're happy that you met a woman that quote unquote. Here's this dumb perspective. A lot of you men think that there's no strings attached to pussy. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. If you think that there's a woman out there that's going to let you get some pussy on Tuesdays and Fridays and then leave, if that's what you think, boy, you is as dumb as a bag of nails. You're dumb. No. She's waiting for a situation to arise, and then because you is giving her, or I'm sorry, she's giving you, because it's her giving. No, she ain't getting no pleasure out of it. No, her dishing out that pussy is just a her give you thing. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Come on, stop with me. Stop being up with me, or no, she's giving you some booty, and that's just how it goes. You're getting a nut. She got you thinking that it is an honor for you to be inserting your penis inside her vagina. I need y'all to follow me. So you're under the impression that you're getting some no strings attached coochie. Are you now? Okay. People, let me tell you why I never engaged in this stupid perspective of thinking. This is always fine and good until they have an emergency. And when they have an emergency, then that's when you get a call. They call you up. And you're supposed to come and you're supposed to say, I know you got an emergency. I know something is wrong. But because you're giving me some pussy, I'm going to help you. So, in closing, let's break it down like this. I give myself to one person. I'm not into this circus of pussy. I'm part of a dick circus. I'm not part of that. That's beneath me. But I got imposed this a lot of times in my life. So let me say it again. That perspective of thinking is beneath me. I'm better than that. So I'm going to engage, and then the percentages of love that I got to give out, I'm giving it to multiple individuals. Then when I meet somebody, as I have, see, when I met my woman, I didn't have to transition out of let me leave this person alone or leave that person alone and then you can come in. When my woman came into my life, there was nothing. She can come and go to my house as she please. If she say I'm coming next week and I'm staying with you, it's okay. Not, I don't think that's a good time. Well, the chick that I'm banging switched days. So just understand this, people. Just understand this. When we start school, you start in the first grade. Depending on who you are, sometimes there are people with such high intellect, they skip a grade. That's cool. Not everybody does that. But if you skip a grade, once again, that's cool. But can you just for once respect someone with an extremely high intellect and allow them to say, I just got to allow yourself to say, excuse me, I just got to deal with them differently. We all don't do something that we should do. We don't apply dealing with people the same as we do with everything else. We don't respond to insects the same. People, ladybugs is an insect, but when one land on you, you'd be like, "Oh, it's a cute little ladybug." But if a roach land, oh fuck, god damn it, oh, right, right. If we see a garden snake, we'll be like, "Oh, sweat, there go a garden snake." We don't respond the same if we see a rattlesnake, though, do we? Of course not. When a little pit bull comes when a little poodle comes biting at us, snarling and everything, we'd be like, "Boy, I kick that little mutt." We don't do that with a pit bull. When the pit bull is on the other side of that fence, biting and snarling and trying to bite the fence to get to you, you will not complete your destination in front of that fence. You'll walk out in the street. You'll do that. Yeah, you would. Shut up. Shut up. But when it comes to people, for some reason, we have different perspectives and different narratives. Gee, I wonder why. We should all respect the person that and how they are. When it comes to me, I have an Einstein perspective. I understand. Should I say? I understand the Einstein perspective. For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. And when it comes to me, I'm talking about me. I will not abort my reaction based on nothing. People, I love my mom, but my reaction to that day in May of 2019 is still in effect today. Some of you would say, but that's your mother. Allow her to talk to you like you're a piece of trash. For that, I'm a pass. A lot of you would say, but I don't understand. That's your daughter. I love my daughter. As a matter of fact, 98.3, that's actually her birthday. She was born in March of 1998. When I say, and I don't say it all the time, broadcasting live 28,000 watts, 28,000, 28, that's her date of birth. 3/28/98. I love my daughter, but I cannot and will not be a father to her under the terms in which she and her mother provides. You see, the consistency in that will be the consistency that I will inject in everything that I do from this point and on. So if you meet me, you know me, etc., etc., I will respond as I will to the people that claimed they love me, but they showed me bullshit. See you guys tonight. Have a good day, y'all. Later.